Hey guys, welcome back to my channel where I discuss wisdom for the modern man. Today, guys, I got another video to react to. This one is brought to us by the YouTube channel Big A Clips. I saw a little bit of this video and then I decided to stop because I thought the content was good and I wanted to react to it. This one, the topic is the problem with dating apps. Without further ado, let's get right into it.
I was at Genesis, the world's largest Smash Bros. Melee tournament, because not only is it fun for me, I'm a big Smash Bros. Melee head, but also I get to see a lot of friends that I don't get to see a lot. On the way, I was road tripping with my friends Rachel and Blur. My plan was to backpack stream the car ride from LA up to San Jose. And in that 6-hour car ride, I was going to talk to them about dating in the modern age, because both of them are very actively dating on dating apps, and they have a lot of stories. And so we couldn't get the backpack to work. I'm still gonna probably have them on, but I still had the convo and I learned so much as someone who has not done the dating apps. I'm married and me and Ari been dating a long time. So we skipped this whole generation of dating apps, and they gave me so much insight into what it's currently like and so much how it's changed. Like, for example, there was unanimous agreement that even, for example, Tinder used to be way different. It used to be that there was like a standard of how you talk to people when you were courting them. And then when Tinder started, people just automatically transferred that over. That has completely been dropped. It is so transactional now. They talk me through all the different aspects. Here's a good example. This is one thing I remember that I think would have been super interesting to chat. So Rachel, who was the female perspective, was saying how she finds it frustrating that almost every message she gets on dating apps, it turns sexual so quickly. Like almost every single guy that she'll match with is almost instantly trying to make the conversation sexual. But then Blur, I don't want to put him on blast here. I love Blur, but I was trying to give you a situation of where the man is at right now. He's in good shape. He's got a good living location in LA. He's got a nice house. He has no job right now, and he spends his days basically 24/7 swiping, hooking up with women, or playing video games. That's his.
So basically, he's a Chad. He's a Chad. No job, in good shape, stays at home, plays video games, and smashes women all day. Yeah, that's a Chad.
Entire day, entire week, entire month, entire year. He has a lot of hours under his belt is what I'm trying to get to you. He's got a lot of hours under his belt. What he said was, many men have tried to send normal, nice messages on the app, but they get instantly ignored. You try to say something nice, try something normal, and it just does not work. It's just that.
I'm so, that is so facts. That is so true. Oh my gosh, bro. Like literally, back in the day when I was trying to get good at dating apps, and like what kind of messages do girls respond to? This is right when I first started. I was using Plenty of Fish, and Plenty of Fish was great for this because Plenty of Fish allowed you to send unlimited messages to anybody. You see a profile, message. So I was able to take a lot of shots, and I would just construct so many different openers and messages and follow-ups and see what would work. That was great testing, a great way to test things out. They've changed it now to where you can't send as many messages. You get like a limit, and yeah, and you had to pay for it. But back in the day, bro, you could send as many. So I got a lot of, experience doing that and seeing what worked. But what I noticed is when you are like nice and cordial, and you just send like a simple message, hey, how are you, nice to meet you, or you just comment on a picture, say something simple, zero response, bro. Zero, silence. But if you at least say something sexual, or at least hint at something sexual, or say something outlandish, or not really outlandish, but a little more extreme, a little more edgy, you would get more of a response. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way it works. So yeah, girls they complain about, oh, guys, they get sexual right up front. Well, when we're not sexual, when we don't lead with something that's going to catch your attention, then you just don't respond to us. So yeah, that is how things work. Anytime I'm just say something, normal or, regular, you would say, gets left on red, and I know that's plenty of guys' experience. So now girls' DMs are flooded with guys saying the most outrageous stuff, but guess what? It gets a response. So even if the response is kind of like, whoa, at least that's a response, and he got his foot in the door to follow that up with something to make him seem more normal. But that's just the way guys have to run game nowadays because women don't respond to normal messages. But let's keep going.
And so, over the time, they get this experience that they have to say something to be interesting. And because being actually interesting is very hard, they often resort to saying something sexual, which, even if crass, is at least interesting. The men are
Facts.
trying to do something to stand out, because if they play it normally, they will just get ignored. And I found that to be very insightful on both of their parts to explain not only a weird thing that happens on dating apps, but why that might be the case. Not only Tinder, Hinge, Bumble, and I'll be honest with you, I was gonna get to this story later. At one point, Blur, who is not gay, tried Grindr to see what it was like from a male POV from gay men.
Oh
He
god.
just tried it to see what the matches were like.
It's
He is
interesting.
catfishing gay people, which is not cool, but it's actually insane the difference. So when the environment is pure,
Let me take a guess. Let me take a wild guess before he even gets there, bro. Let me guess. It is just straight to the point. Nobody's playing games. I want sex, you want sex. Are you down? Let's link up. Let's get to it. I bet that is how it is. I have no doubt, because dudes don't play games, bro. Like, dudes are gonna get to the point because they all know why they're there. But let's see if I'm right.
purely male to male, everyone is so straightforward and they're all overtly sexual. The Grindr meta is like every single person
Duh.
opens with a dick pic and a time and place. It's like extremely sexual, extremely all business.
Of course.
There's no even like dancing around it. Sometimes
course.
I wish I was into dudes because I'd be getting laid every 5 minutes.
Oh,
That's
no.
another thing. I feel like I'm telling his story out of order. He said maybe 5 to 10% of the people he talked to on the app Grindr, he thinks are 100% fully straight dudes who just couldn't figure it out and just want to have sex. This is what he said.
Oh wow, that's interesting. That is interesting. And you know what? If I really think about it, that isn't too shocking, especially with the rise of male loneliness and men not being able to get sex. Guys still have that thirst for sex, and if pushed to an extreme, because some dudes, like I said, haven't been laid in 3, 4, 5, 10 years, bro. Have not had any women, have not had a sexual encounter with a female. So guys in that situation, like, I can see how they could, get pushed so far. I mean, I can't fathom it from my perspective, but, I'm also not in an extreme place. You know what I'm saying? So, I can kind of see how a guy can be like, yo, I am in a 5-year, 10-year drought, no sex, just to have some sexual intimacy. I might go down this route, as long as nobody finds out, and which is crazy just to think it coming from like me, but I can kind of see that happening with so many men desperate for sex. That's kind of crazy.
The impression I got from this conversation, and this was both with Rachel and Blur, is that dating culture has gotten real fucking shitty. But yeah, a lot of it was about, this is already going to trigger people. I want you guys to know this is a pre-trigger warning. Rachel is a tall woman. She's like 5'9" or 5'10". So when she's on the apps looking for dudes, she wants a dude who's taller than her. But she has told me, and this is in a moment of honesty, that if she tells that to people and they aren't the height preference she wants, which, by the way, I feel like dudes have physical, genetic-based preferences all the time about big honkers or
Yeah, but we're shamed for those. But continue.
et cetera, or whatever, hair color, anything, whatever. But if she gives this opinion, it actually makes people like physically angry towards her. She's almost afraid to say it, that she wants a dude who's like 6'1" or whatever, because people who are shorter than that, they get so upset about it, which I thought was interesting. Because obviously I know, like, we do the short kings joke or like whatever, short guy joke or whatever all the time. I never thought of it as something that people got truly upset about, but
Okay, I had to stop there because to a degree, I think she's like lying, because women don't talk to these short men. on these dating apps. They literally just set a filter that filters out those men. So in from their perspective, those men don't even exist. They just put in their preferences, this height and up, and they screen for that. So her saying that she's having conversations with men who are shorter, I don't buy that at all because they don't even talk to them because their filter on the dating app is set to 6 foot and up 9 times out of 10. I'm pretty sure there was a statistic on that most women set their dating preferences to 6 foot and up, even short girls. Now I can understand because he said his female friend was really tall. So I can understand, at least from her perspective, her being a taller female, why she would want a taller guy. However, to say that, oh, I let these guys know my height preferences, no, you don't, because you don't even talk to them, because your filter is already set to 6 foot, so you're only talking to 6 foot dudes. So on that, I think she just was trying to get some attention from him, and you know how women are, they cap about a lot of stuff. So that, yeah, nah. Her wanting a guy who's taller than her, understandable, reasonable, especially being a taller female, but her talking to short guys, that's not happening, bro.
I haven't seen it from a woman's POV, and she said, yeah, it's a problem. Like, people they will call you they will say a lot of shit about you. People are deeply insecure about it, I think, on a level that I didn't know. There's another thing. The best part of having this conversation with two sides of the dating spectrum in the car was that for every complaint either one of them had, the other one had a possible reason why things have evolved to be that way from the other side. That's what was so interesting. But I think what everyone who complains about the world should understand is that there's probably a good explanation. You know, if you're mad at women, or women, if you're mad at men on dating apps, understand there's a reason the meta has evolved this way. It is mostly normal people acting rationally and being pushed into more weird, extreme behaviors because of the market of dating. The meta has become bad. I fully believe dating apps aren't designed to work. If they're too good at their jobs, everyone stops using them, they go out of business. I don't think that
true.
The dating apps are sitting on the secret sauce of making true love happen over your phone. I think you're searching for conspiracy when in fact it's a hard problem they didn't solve.
Yeah, bro, dating apps are not there to solve your problem, bro. Look, dating apps, let's be real, guys. Okay, I had to look at the camera. Dating apps only work for a small percentage of men, okay? Especially nowadays. Now, you can work on yourself, work on your image, work on your look, and definitely improve your results. But overall, it's attractive men who get the good results on dating apps. Now, not every guy is aesthetically, good looking. And looks are the number one factor. So, to rely solely on dating apps, which is heavily skewed, which is heavily competitive, you are limiting your love life, your sex life to such a small percentage, okay? Your success in relationships and love is going to be greatly reduced if all you're relying on is dating apps. You need to go out there, and I know people, it's difficult nowadays. People are nervous, people are scared, people are antisocial, people have anxiety. Listen, dude, you got to go out there and talk to women in real life. Okay? If relying on just dating apps, bro, I wish I had the data in front of me to show you how many swipes a guy has to do to get one match, and then that match, the likelihood of that turning into a conversation and a date. And I wish I had that. I watched a video where they broke that down. It was like thousands of swipes to get 10 matches, and out of those 10 matches, only 5 were a short conversation, and then another percentage were a long conversation, and that trickled down to, okay, let's set up a date. That was maybe 2, and then out of those 2, 1 showed up, and then that still didn't amount to anything. That's what dating apps look like in 2024, okay? That's the odds that most men are dealing with, okay? So if you just rely on a dating app algorithm for your sex life and your relationship life, you're going to be very depressed. And oftentimes, guys, another thing I gotta say, you're gonna have way more success in person. I know you're nervous. I know you're scared. That girl over there, she looks really attractive, and God, all you can think about in your head is rejection and how that's gonna feel. But I promise you, a lot of times you get more success in person because on dating apps, like I said, it's the competition is heavy, and like I said, you in person you have an opportunity to showcase your personality. Like this was mind blowing to me when I started just approaching, bro. Like I was expecting to get blown out. I was so nervous, but I think most guys expect that, especially approaching an attractive female. But then the positive reception, bro, and it's crazy. Now I'm not saying you're not gonna face rejection, but the odds, like I just broke down from like what I can remember, the odds of getting one date and that not amounting to anything on the dating apps. If you talk to a certain number of women, your odds of cold approaching and talking to women are way better than these dating app algorithms, okay? So you need to put yourself out there and talk to women in person, okay? There's plenty of videos on the internet that teach men how to do cold approach pickup, how to conduct yourself, how to approach, how to speak, how your body language, what angle to approach from. Go out there, learn this information. There's so much on the internet now to help you get over these hurdles of approach anxiety. And, it tells that a lot of these videos tell you exactly what to say, what to follow it up with. Go out there and better your dating life, bro. Do not sit on these dating apps just swiping all day. And a lot of times, bro, it destroys your self-esteem because all you see is either you getting no matches or they're matching you with like unattractive women. So you might be a good-looking guy, but based on the algorithm, it's not gonna showcase that. So you're sitting there and now you're thinking in your head, man, I must be ugly. I must be really unattractive, bro. I haven't got a match in like days. And then I get one match and it's either a scammer, a fake profile, or it's a freaking, ugly, like, I don't know, what do you call them? Like cave troll type chick. And it's like, dang, bro, it's going to mess up your self-esteem. So you really should not rely fully on that. So that's my take on that. But let's keep going with the video.
Never been on a dating app. I feel if you aren't in college or have a well-paying job, then you're shit out of luck. Well, there's the thing. I think both Rachel and Blur are attractive people. And so I got to get, I think, a decent evidence of like match rate. And my understanding is that for women, you get a higher match rate, just on average. And also I've seen data on this. For men, the match rate is very exponential towards the top end of whatever you would call the attractiveness curve. And attractiveness can also include, for men, also income or things you can do to signify that you have like a higher paying job or whatever.
Facts, bro. It's crazy to see. I think guys have already seen dating profiles of women who get a lot of matches and what that looks like. There's so many videos on the internet. Like a girl can get on a dating app because the girls I deal with, like they'll show me their dating profiles. They'll show me a lot of stuff, bro. Like that's why you guys need, I wouldn't say girlfriends, but girls you can get information from. Girls you're really cool with who are going to give you insight into the dating game, what women do, how they move, and what it's like from their perspective. It's very eye-opening. But I was able to see what a successful, like a really successful guy, man's dating profile looks in real life, bro. Like, I have a friend, a dude, one of my homies at work, and he's a good-looking dude. Pause, okay? Really good-looking dude. And he showed me his dating profile. Bro, dude was crushing it, bro. Like, most dudes barely get anything. Most dudes get nothing, okay? That's why they just open it up, they have it for a few days, they get no matches, they get depressed, and they delete it. Then there's the middle, group that gets like 1 or 2 matches a day, maybe 3 matches, maybe like 5-10 matches a week, maybe. Then there's the dudes, like my friend, bro, who are literally like 100-something plus matches, bro. I was like, wow. Like in person able to like scroll through his profile and see like, holy crap, this dude is absolutely crushing it. He is 100% a Tyrone, bro. absolutely a Tyrone. And dude's dude's crushing it, bro. He's like good looking, pause. He's smart, tall, bro. I'm like, dude, holy crap. And honestly, it taught me a lot of stuff cuz I saw his pictures. I saw the kind of pictures he was posting. I was like, I applied some of those stuff to mine, and it definitely boosted my success. But it was so interesting to see a successful, a hyper successful male dating profile because it's so rare. It's just so rare to see that and to be actually scroll through one and like, holy crap, dude, these girls were shooting their shot. The stuff they were opening with, like, holy, bro. See, I'm trying to get on that level, but you got to work on yourself because not all of us are like, you know, physically gifted. Like I'm not an ugly guy by any means. You know what I'm saying? So I get relatively, I would say, average, probably to above average results on dating apps. But then again, I don't solely rely on dating apps. Dating apps are just kind of a thing on the side, just to bring in some extra chicks because you got to have your, cast your line out in different, avenues. You shouldn't just rely on cold approach. You shouldn't just rely on dating apps. But yeah, that's what I had to say on that. But let's keep going.
Like, for example, if the woman, Rachel in this case, swiped on somebody, there's a higher chance that they will swipe back and they'll get a match. Versus Blur, who gave a pretty interesting breakdown. He actually could tell with a reasonably good guess, like, if they would swipe back, and the number one factor was ethnicity. Because Blur is non-white, and he said if he sees an attractive Persian woman, for example, 99% chance he gets to swipe back. If he sees an attractive white blonde lady from the South, 0% chance he gets to swipe back. I don't think he encountered any instances of racism, like people messaging him anything racist. But the revealed preferences of people's matches, there. People have revealed preferences for people of their own race, I guess. Tinder stats 2024.
That's facts. That's true. I could definitely tell to a certain degree, like who I would likely to match with. Now, I definitely shoot my shot regardless and swipe if I feel like, but at the same time, I know, okay, that she's probably not gonna match. I tend to have a higher match rate with Hispanics and Latino women. However, there is quite a decent size of white women I match with, but mostly Latina. I match with more Latinas than black women, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, Latina and black primarily, and then white underneath that. Yeah, interesting.
Asian men, black women are least likely to match on Tinder. Again, I don't want to belabor this point, but I've told this story that one of my groomsmen at my wedding is black, and he married an Asian woman, and her family is pretty racist to him. It's fucked up. I have seen the most overt racism in my life from like old school Asian families. This totally tracks with my lived experience. Black men are.
Yeah, I've heard that. Now, I've dated a Asian girl for a very long period of time, and I was, fortunate enough to have a great experience. There was zero racism. They were very welcoming, very loving, caring. They invited me over every time they were throwing a party. They threw a lot of parties, and they always invited me over. So, they treated me very well. So luckily, I got a very positive experience on that end. So, but let's keep going.
Reported feeling rejected and stereotyped on Tinder, while white men said they've almost preferred. Interesting, because the white men in my chat always fucking talk about how it's impossible. 64.6% of white college students stated that the race of a potential partner on Tinder matters. And this is what they say in a survey. I guarantee it's a higher number.
64% of white college students stated that the race of a potential partner on Tinder matters. Yeah, I can see that, bro. People are mostly going to go for their own race. That's just, it is what it is, black. People want black people. Well, I think it's mostly black women, but even black men, like people tend to go for their own race regardless, But yeah, I can see that. That's not surprising to me. But yeah, let's keep going.
Because people, the crazy things, what you'll learn about in a survey, people lie. These are good posts of Tinder stats. Let's see. Oh, dear God. 23-year-old female. 30,000 swipes. 26,000 were left swipes. This is her swipes. From a woman's POV, 26,000 men are getting left swiped. 3,600 are getting right swiped. For men, this is like almost an opposite ratio. for how much they're sending out in the swipes. So of the right swipes, 1,200 didn't match.
Guys, I want you to take a look at the screen right now and just look at that. These are this is the women's side. I hope he's gonna show the men's side. He probably is, but holy crap, bro! Holy crap! Look at these numbers. Look at these numbers. Like this isn't surprising at all. But this is how many men are getting left swiped, bro. Holy crap, bro! I want to get to the men's because it's gonna be sad. It is gonna be sad, guys. Don't get depressed watching this, but I know this is gonna be sad.
Which is almost a little bit high from my understanding, but so okay, yes. So 2,400 matches. Of those, half of them no messages.
Of course,
This
bro.
is such a shit ROI.
Bro, see all the people she's matching with, and then you saw how few of them she actually messaged or responded to.
For time. Then some were one message. Then there was longer combos. Of those, 448 never met up. 5 of 453 long conversations turned into actual dates.
Wow. See how that filtered down? Filtered down to 5 out of thousands. I think it was 30,000 to like all this filtered down to 5. And then out of those 5, one date was 3, multiple dates 1, long-term dating 1. Well, of course, but wow. Yo, you see why you shouldn't just rely on dating apps? Let's keep going.
That part alone is fucking crazy. 99% of long conversations don't even get a first date. I don't know what her system is. I feel like that's psychopathic. That's very extreme. One date, 3. Multiple dates, 1. Long-term dating, 1. This is only one data point. I want you to know.
I want to see the men's side.
The interesting thing to me is I have no dog in this fight. Like, to me, I am approaching as a scientist. It feels like it's the cause of a lot of people's dissatisfaction with modern life. Or disenfranchisement. Yeah. Again, I think like there's things that ground you to society, that make you feel like you're part of the larger societal fabric. One of them is being able to buy a house. The other one is being able to like possibly have a relationship and start a family. And both those things I think are becoming more difficult. People are getting either priced out, technologied out, grindered out, and it's causing dissatisfaction. And so even though our society is like measurably more rich in many ways, I think people are...
Pause. Did he just say grindered out? Like that just flew over my head and I thought about it. He just said grindered out. Like what? That is, like, okay, let's just pretend he didn't say that. Let's go.
Dropping out of the social fabric because of this. And I find that to be obviously sad, but that's kind of a boring take on it. I'd like to understand it more. And I learned a lot from that conversation, and I'm learning a lot now. This is a person doing Tinder over 3 years, okay? 18, 21-year-old male.
Okay, great. This is what I wanted to see. I wanted to see the male side of things. No, okay. Bro, okay. Guys, pay close attention to this. Listen to the numbers. Okay, we saw the female. We heard the female. This is the male. Listen to the numbers.
5 years ago, so take it with a grain of salt. I've heard Tinder has changed a lot in the past 5 years. Like this is probably out of date data and hard to base anything on.
Hold up.
So 45.
Wait. This is over 3 years. This is probably older statistics. It's much worse now. Here we go.
1,000 swipes, still mostly left. 12,000 right swipes. 100. Oh my God, the match rate. Holy shit. 12,000 right swipes, 133 matches. 50 of them are bots. Yeah.
Bruh. 12,000 right swipes. Total swipes, 45,000 roughly. Right swipes, 12. Matches out of 12,000, 133. 133. Bots out of that 133, 50 were bots, fake profiles. No reply. No reply is 68. Conversations, 15. Short conversations, 10. Long conversations, 5. Wait, no, what did I say? Yep. Okay. And then out of the short conversations, ghosted 50. Oh my God.
That's another thing about bots. There was obviously way more bots on the male side. No reply 68, 15 conversations, 10 of which are short, 5 are long. Wait, everything got ghosted? I'm sorry. Not one date?
Bro, see, how much time do you think that individual put into those 45,000 swipes to get that few return, those few matches, little to no conversation, only for it to amount to nothing? That is what life as a man looks like if you only rely on dating apps. This is why self-improvement is so important. And I don't just mean that in the, I mean that very, very literally as a man, because this is what your dating life will look like if you do not work on yourself. Okay, and I'm saying don't just rely on dating apps, but you also need to work on your physical appearance so that when you do cold approach, you also have a better likelihood of success. Okay, you need to get in shape. You need to, get in shape so that even when you do take pictures for your dating apps, you look better in your pictures. Also, guys, okay, let me give you some tips, bro. Like, because here's a few things I did to better my success. Because believe it or not, well, of course it's easy to believe, but I I used to have terrible results just like this. Just like this. I was there at one point in time. Okay? But I did a lot of things to change that. It's funny because I actually, when I first started this channel, I remember this. There was a commenter who said, "Oh, I forgot what the context was, but it was something like, yeah, easy for you to say you're black. Black guys get have it easy in dating." I was like, bro, what the, bro? You know how many black guys are out there, like literally, just like the bunch of white guys are out there struggling in dating. But let me give you some tips, bro. I wanted to react to that comment. I probably will eventually. But look, here's what I did. One of the tips that really helped me improve my pictures when it comes to dating profiles is, bro, learning how to model. All right, now you could say, "Oh, that's gay. I'm not doing all that." Bro, do it. Go on YouTube, type in how to pose, male model poses, and there are a bunch of YouTubers, great professional dudes who actually work in the field, and they'll teach you how to pose as a man, what posture you should have, the clothes you should wear, where to put your hands. A lot of guys don't know where to put their hands in photos. Dudes do not know how to take pictures. A lot of dudes don't know how to take pictures, don't know how to pose. They don't know what their best angles are. They don't know what features are attractive on them. These male models do this for a living. They'll tell you, yo, these features look good on a man, so this is what you want to show off. This is the posture you want to have to make your chest look wider, your arms look bigger, to show off. Bro, do it. Go online, look up male modeling, how-to tips, bro. It will change up your game, and your pictures will, your results because of your pictures will increase drastically, bro. They'll teach you the kind of clothes to wear that are gonna fit your body right. And bro, I'm telling you, this was a game changer to me. How to model for your pictures. They'll teach you lighting, how that's gonna catch you, bro. One of the things I learned was, for male dating profiles, being in motion, pictures that show like you in motion or you playing a sport, or like it looks like you were like in motion when the picture was caught. Those do really well, and I didn't know that until I took that picture. Until I watched those videos. Most men are just doing a bunch of selfies, a bunch of awkward pictures, a bunch of pictures of fish. Girls don't like that, by the way. Girls really don't like those fishing pictures. So I know it's an accomplishment for you, but save that for something else. Don't use it on your dating profiles. Girls do not like you holding up the fish. Okay, I've heard a lot of comments about the guys holding up the fish. It's not attractive. But, pictures of that show off a good jawline, pictures that show off, you in motion, that have your chest opened up, they show you how to smile, how not to smile in a cheesy way, but in a attractive way, the right smirk, the gaze, how you want to look off to the side. Bro, I'm telling you, so much game in these videos that are drastically going to improve your Tinder, Bumble, dating app results. Need to do that, okay? You need to also go on YouTube and find out if your fashion isn't on point, because a lot of dudes' fashion is not on point. Y'all just be throwing on a shirt and then some pants. They don't even have to match. The shoe colors doesn't have to match. They'll just be out here doing the most. Bro, you need to develop a sense of fashion because it shows in your video. Girls do not want to date guys who don't know how to dress, okay? Showcasing that you are a fashionable individual. You don't have to look like freaking a runway model or, a male model in terms of fashion, but learn, how to color coordinate. Your clothes are form-fitting, and they look good on you in your pictures. That is going to drastically improve your dating results as well. I'll probably put out a separate video that all the things, because there's so much more. I just, off the top of my head, I can't remember right now, but there's so much little things that I did to improve my dating app results that I'll probably share with you guys in a later video. But that is just one tip. Look up how to model YouTube for men. Drastically get better results. Let's keep going.
I want to see these comments. Maybe this dude's got terrible. This guy's an 18-year-old dude. He probably says poggers. This dude probably has zero fucking riz, like actually negative fucking riz. I feel like if you get to a long conversation, multiple long conversations, and you can't get one first date out of it, and you live in the same city, that seems crazy to me.
No, see, he's out of touch. He's saying that because he's out of touch. He's saying this guy has no riz. No, bro, most dudes don't even get an opportunity to showcase their riz. He's acting as if these men get to, because you have to match before you can even send a message. But so to say that, oh, this guy got these results because he had no riz. No. That is just normal dating app for men. That's just the data that most men get. That's the results that most men get. Now, his pictures probably aren't great, and he maybe doesn't have the best verbal game in terms of texting, but he didn't really get very many opportunities to showcase that because he only had 10 matches, and then 5 of them were short, 5 of them were long, and 0 amounted to nothing. So, bro, talking, and it's similar to like cold approach. If you cold approach 10 women, you'll probably get like 1 or 2 out of those, and then that's like the return rate for that. So with the few conversations he was able to get out of the 40,000 swipes he did, that's just dating apps for guys, bro. That's why you got to do everything in your power to stand out and improve your dating profile to stand above the rest, because the competition is steep.
I could be wrong. Victim blaming. Nobody's entitled to sex, by the way. This is where incels come from. Nobody's entitled to sex, but because the math is so bad, there's people who don't feel entitled to sex, who are good people, who aren't like born rich, genetically attractive, and they're just getting kind of fucked by the system. And then because of that, there's normal women who are trying to find people they want to go on dates with and are getting bombarded immediately with overtly sexual messages. You know what I'm saying? Everyone on both sides is dissatisfied. Women are also dissatisfied with the system. It is a both sides dissatisfaction.
Yeah, but on the male side, it's far worse, okay? It's a better situation to have a bunch of opportunities, like literally, guys, I don't know if you've ever seen a female's dating profile or just have her hand you her phone with Tinder and see. It is insane. It's literally like hundreds, like 500, 600 matches and just countless messages, bro. Countless messages. They definitely don't or aren't going through all those messages. The best are going to rise to the top, and that's it. But yeah, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
The takeaway again from this conversation was that like,
oh yeah, I remember what I was going to say. Yeah, to say that it's bad on both ends. Yeah, no, it's definitely worse on the male side than the female side, because at least the female, they have a bunch of matches to choose from, and they can just pick, choose, refuse, disqualify, accept. They have They have literally a buffet of men to choose from. Okay, men, they are in the desert and they are just begging for a glass, a drop, not even a glass, a drop of water, bro. They are thirsty. These boys out here are starving. And I was there at one point, bro. I'm not even trying to make fun. I was there, so I know what that's like. I know what it's like to go on these dating apps and get zero matches. Swipe, 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 swipe. Cave troll. Swipe, 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 swipe. Fake profile. Swipe, 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 swipe. One girl that is kind of attractive. Not really your type, but at least it's something. Message, no response. Swipe, 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 swipe. Hot girl, surprisingly. Whoa, okay, cool. No response. Swipe, 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 swipe. Bro, I've been there. It sucks. And that's honestly what why I almost was about to give up. But I'm not a quitter and I hate quitting. This is one of the things about me, bro. And it's I guess one of the reasons why that kind of leads me to success is that I hate quitting. Like I hate accepting that someone else could do something but I couldn't. Like I know there's a guy out there crushing it on this dating app. He figured it out. He was once in my position and now he's crushing it. He figured it out. I can. That's always my mentality about this. That's my mentality with YouTube. There's men out there who became successful. To accept that I can't and throw in the towel just makes me angry. I have to keep going. No, I'm not gonna keep bashing my head against the wall. I'm gonna try different, tactics and, but I can't give up. I was about to give up, but I got angry. I was like, no, I'm not giving up. I'm gonna get results off this thing, and I went online, looked up a bunch of videos on how to improve, and bro, it worked. It worked. So you can definitely improve, but don't rely on it solely, bro, because it's still very much a numbers game, and it is not great, and it's getting worse.
Things proceed pretty normally. The meta proceeds pretty normally. And then there's outliers. There's a few fucking bad people that will poison the well. For example, people didn't used to ghost as much on these apps, especially if you've had a long conversation or if you've been on one date. But now ghosting is so standard because people have already been ghosted themselves. People have been ghosting so much. And then once you get ghosted, you're more likely to ghost.
Yeah, that's mostly women doing the ghosting, though. Like I said, women have the opportunity to be ghosting. Dudes aren't ghosting the few matches that they get, unless she's like insanely ugly. Then okay. But, bro, dudes are so thirsty and just so craving female interaction. If they get a match, bro, even if the match isn't exactly their type, they're going to message, all right? And they're going to try to set up a date to make something happen. It's the women doing the ghosting, okay? You know when this switches? When the ghosting on the male side starts happening? When the women enter their 30s. If you go on TikTok or just look on YouTube and you see like a dating over 30 real TikTok compilation video, dating over 30, dating over 35, 40, 50, bro, it was insane. The women are complaining at like the men are in their early 20s. They're having the same issues, but it's flipped because now their value is on the decline. The men's value is going up, right? The men they want value is still going up. Their value is going down. Now they're complaining about men ghosting, men flaking on dates, men setting up dates and then just not responding on the day of the date, men using them for well, of course. Bro, they sound like 22-year-old boys, the women in their 30s plus. The complaints they have. It's crazy how the tables turn. And I love how outraged they get. We need to start treating people like real people, okay? This ghosting needs to stop. You can be man enough to send out a message and, let the person know you're not interested. Bro, you know how many countless men these women have flaked on in their dating lifetime? Bro, countless men they flaked on, canceled on, but now they want the courtesy of a guy letting them know that they're canceling, that they're not interested. Bro. That they only want sex. You know how many women went out with dudes and only wanted food? Only wanted some attention, only wanted an experience. Did you let that guy know up front? No. But now they want men to let's be mature. Let's have some decency and not disrespect people. Bro, get out of here, bro. Get out of here.
I don't think ghosting is bad. I think you're wrong, but I'm excited to hear your opinions. I think there's a certain level of courtesy. If it's first match, first message, ghost all way, king. But if especially if you've been on a date, I think you owe somebody a simple message. I think the courtesy of human interaction. The obvious takeaway from this is that people have told somebody, hey, I had a nice time, but I think I'm not interested in dating again. Appreciate you or whatever. And then received like anger. That could be fucked up.
I can see
but
that.
I just feel like if you've been on a date, if you've done an actual date with somebody, to just completely cut them out and say nothing, it just feels so dehumanizing, and you wouldn't want it yourself. Blur told you the first message men has to send has to be interesting, but women don't. Yeah. No, that is the fact of it, but you're just mad at the world. Do you understand? I get what you're saying, but you're mad at the situation. And it's like, don't be mad at women. That's the situation. Because they can message hi and you still are excited about the match and want to respond. Whereas the other thing is the other way around is not true. You can't be mad at them if for whatever reason that dynamic was switched and you could message hi and it would work, you would do it too. Just stop judging people for things you would also do, okay? Let's all just admit that we're all humans responding to the meta. Whatever the meta is, we are responding to it. So don't become an incel. I think women are fucking inherently evil because they're fucking playing the exact same game, and that's the meta. The meta is fucking Katarina's good mid, and they're playing Cat, and you're like, wow, you're fucking playing Katarina? It's so fucking bullshit. Why the fuck are you playing Katarina? It's so lame. It's like, all right, well, she's good right now. It's a good meta. This girl messaged me just meow on Hinge. What should I say? I mean, she's a furry, bro. Get into it. Say arf.
Literally,
Meowie,
bro.
partner. Imagine telling your kids this is how you met their mother. That's crazy.
That was a great video, bro. Great video. But yeah, guys, that's the video, man. Look, like I was saying, dating apps, do not solely rely on them. Things out here are tough, okay? Definitely try to improve. If you do want to use dating apps, you can get better results. I was able to go from 0 to having relatively good results. So you can too. I'll put out a separate video on the tips that I've used to get better results. Also, you need to go out there cold approach, okay? No man should be relying on dating apps, especially in 2024. Holy crap, it is terrible. It is terrible. You saw the dating statistics for yourself with the kind of results men get. You saw it for yourself, and I'm sure you've experienced it firsthand, so you know what I'm talking about. You need to go out there, conquer your fears, gain some confidence, and go out there and talk to real women, okay? Your life is going to be so much better for it. You're going to gain conversation skills. You're going to gain confidence by doing that. And honestly, bro, there's a different level of accomplishment, that feeling of accomplishment you get from walking up to a girl, talking to her, and then having that interaction go from that all the way to, closing, than it is on a dating app, text, date. It's different. Like when you went up there and made something happen from nothing to something, it builds a certain level of confidence in you. All right? You need to have that experience and have a couple of those experiences. I promise you, it boosts your confidence level knowing that you're able and capable of doing that. So go out there, talk to real women. Guys, that's the video.